Hello, this is a game review of Chessodoro Student. It was a rapid 10+5 game. Student was around 900 rating. He was playing black. So it's actually a good control, this rapid time control to improve chess. I would suggest even more like 15+10 if you're lacking time. Okay, so let's begin. E4 was played. E6, student playing French defense. Knight C3, kind of rare move. Usually d4 would be the main line, yeah. Knight c3, d5, and now e d5. Knight c3 would signal that maybe white wants to play two knights variation, but here it quickly got into some kind of exchange French. Yeah, some strange exchange French with knight c3, like even I call this finally Jabava attack in the French. So c6, good move. Later, if white castles long, you have an option of b5, and also c6 is typical pattern limiting the knight on c3. Knight f3 was played. If I play this position with white, I might choose actually to go bishop f4 idea, and bishop d6 could be met with queen d2 intending long castle, so that's an interesting setup for white. Knight f3, bishop d6, excellent placement for the bishop. Bishop d3, knight e7, typical French idea of further exchanging the so-called bad bishop. Yeah, student shows his understanding here. Other option could have been knight f6, but maybe this pin was annoying. But we could also do the same pin, and our next ideas would be castle, knight bd7 to kind of guard the pin, yeah, and queen c7 would be kind of equal game. So let's get back to the game. Knight e7, castle, castle. Here, important to notice that we have to always be careful in French, yeah, when we're castling and knight is not on f6, but here the Greek gift doesn't work, yeah, we have to see that. King takes, knight g5, and after queen h5, we still have a defense on h7, and we're up a piece, so this doesn't work. h3 was played, maybe to prevent, yeah, of course, bishop g4. Bishop f5, excellent move. We are exchanging the so-called bad bishop because pawns are on light squares and our bishop is also light squares. So rook e1. Now white is looking at some tactical ideas, and I should notice the time was this until here. The game was rather quickly played by both players, so they didn't waste any time, and understandable, but I think from this position black should think a bit like what to do, and here quickly black played h6. So I would avoid such moves in the opening until we have like fully developed at this level. Of course it's possible on concrete situation, but here I think much better was just to develop knight d7 and don't worry about such a move. Like we could take both ways, but I think a knight takes, this is just good counterplay for black. We can break up the center, or for example bishop g5 here instead of knight e5 could be met by just defending. If white tries to double, now we can throw in this h6 because it's with tempo, and we can remaneuver pieces like this, and we're getting out of pin. Knights can come out quickly, yeah, and we're doing okay. So first, kind of, it's not a mistake, but for me humanly it's a bit dubious move. Try not to waste time on such moves in the opening when you're not fully developed. Knight e5, because now we still have to challenge this knight. You see, we kind of wasted time, and now he has some attacking options already. Queen g3, and I think now student played a risky move, so knight f5. So for example, very tempting move would be f6, but it doesn't quite work because there's a nice tactic, knight c6, and suddenly our queen is also attacked. If we take, they take the piece, and we don't have any counter move here. So but against queen g3, very good move was to use the pin and also defend against the threat, yeah, because he's pinning now this pawn. was not knight f5 what was played in the game, but actually knight g6. So we are blocking the g file and we are pinning this knight. So and now this tactic no longer works because we have knight c7, queen c7. Yeah, there is no knight e7 move now in between one. Yeah, so we win back the pawn and we're doing excellent here with black. So knight f5 was kind of risky move because then white attacked this knight, and if we go back, yeah, this will be hanging, and here the only move was just to play g6. Yeah, so you see black played kind of risky move, and now you needed to find the only move, but humanly this is nobody wants to make such moves, yeah, because you're kind of weakening the king, dark squares. So but here we needed to play that. In the game, student played knight e7, which was a big blunder. So I think here we needed to, and actually knight e7 was played after 2-minute think, so this was like a long think, and black panicked, I would say. So yeah, so here we needed to find the only move, g6, and okay, so let's see what happened in the game. This was the main blunder, I would say, in the game. So but white didn't use his chance. Actually, he took here, which was also okay, but he didn't find the best move. Of course, he needed just to take the piece, yeah, like here, and then white is just up a piece. Yeah, he went for some complicated stuff, and now black missed another chance to kind of get back into the game. Here bishop e5 was needed to not lose the piece, and at the same time you see bishop defense here, there's no mate, and if let's say white takes, we can at least play down a pawn, yeah, but still not lost. But in the game knight g6 happened, after which I think white has many like winning moves. They could go here, this was winning, they took knight g6 in the game, queen g6, now white is up 2 pawns, and soon he became up 3 pawns after these exchanges. So basically game was lost here, but at this level you should play till the end, it's my opinion. So yeah, blunders can still happen, like at around 1000 level, very common, even such winning positions, white can blunder something. So you exchange the queens, probably good idea. Usually we don't want to exchange queens when we're down material, yeah, but here your king is just too exposed, so there's no other way. I think, okay, and this position is lost, yeah, 3 pawns down, but we play on. We try to make some swindles, yeah, some chances maybe, opponent might blunder something, so let's see, you try to kind of go through the queen side. And here I think a4, last practical chance was just, of course, to activate the rook. So you needed to capture, maybe invade somehow here. Of course, white is totally winning if he's careful. Like, you could go, at least this rook is active, yeah? We're lost, but at least we're actively playing, trying for something. So if white makes all the right moves, of course he's winning, but at least you have some practical chances. But when you closed, then there's this rook has no more active play, yeah, on somehow to invade the opponent's position. So here white just advanced. Let's quickly see the rest of the game. You made some yeah, some checks on the pins, but white still advanced. And finally, I think this moment here was instructive. Knight d1. You see, even here white played not carefully, yeah, they made a blunder, and here you had the chance to win 1 pawn back, like this, and something like this. Yeah, of course, white is still winning, like with good play, but already not so clear anymore. Like you have active pieces, yeah, you're kind of fighting back a bit, so not an easy win anymore. So here, you see, even at this level, blunders happen, at all levels actually, so yeah, but you might expect, yeah, them to blunder many times in the game at around 1000 level. So rook f3, you kind of made a last mistake yourself, and c3 was winning, yeah, both pieces now will be hanging. So but couple moves, yeah, he just advanced to the queens and you resigned, yeah. So very instructive game, many things to learn. I would say in conclusion, good opening play for black. Yeah, this bishop f5 early on, this was very good understanding, yeah, to exchange this so-called bad bishop. What else? I think h6 move, yeah, was a bit start of a bad plan, I would say. We don't need to be afraid of such ghosts like bishop coming out, yeah. We need to continue development, yeah, and then deal with these threats as they arise, yeah. So h6 was a bit slow, and I think, yeah, the main mistake was, of course, that blunder, yeah, where we panicked and went with the knight back after a long thought even, yeah. So usually blunders can happen, yeah, after a long think. So here we needed to find this move, yeah, just multi-purpose move, functional, yeah, defending against both bishop h6 and pinning the knight. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the game, and I'll make you a plan of how to blunder less, yeah. I'll offer you some resources, and see you around. Bye bye.